Hi everyone, this is Pamela, and for the ones who don't know me, I am from Venezuela. I am 33 years old. And basically today's video, it's my storytelling about, this situation that I lived where when I was basically in this company that they help you to be an entrepreneur. And this is then MLM companies. And you know that they are based in this pyramid scheme where basically the first person that get in is the one that actually wins in there. And for that reason, for the ones that are already there or have been there, they can realize that, these people who's always on the top is the same, that it's always like winning the prizes, changing cars, and having the lifestyle that the ones in the bottom are the one who are paying for it. So what happened to me and how is it that I believed into this scam before, which is kind of, I know, embarrassing to admit it, but I have to because it's one of the things that, I have to learn from the negative way and how this actually started for me. I remember that I was just really tired. I was just going out of my job and I was on my way to go to my other students. And because I'm a teacher, for the ones that don't know, and I was supposed to go to my a student house so I can teach him, and I was on the bus. And then all of a sudden I have somebody next to me who started like speaking to me, getting into a conversation, which I mean, I didn't have any issues with that. Then he started like this conversation about what he did for living, and then he started, these kind of things like, oh, I want to get a lot of or I get the money like really easily, which I should have like thought about it because you are in the bus with me to begin with. But I was kind of desperate, owing to the fact that I needed to save money to go to Venezuela. I had like 3 years without seeing my family, and that was my main goal back then. But it was so difficult for me just to save money because of a situation. And he started like talking about this company that he was, and that he had a lot of chances for him to have an extra income. And for me, that seemed to be really interesting, the way he approached to me, and that he created this curiosity. He did it really good because he actually accomplished that goal. And then he asked me my phone number, and he didn't actually write to me right away. Then he wrote to me like the next day, and he was inviting me into this meeting where he was willing to talk to me about this business or this offer that he was willing to give me. And I was like, okay, I think I'm gonna go there to see what is this deal about, and then I will check if it's possible for me to have this extra income, because that was what I was looking for. Well, that other day, you have to remember that I was just a person who didn't have a lot of money, and I didn't even have to pay a taxi. So I went with the boss. It was late already, and the meeting, or the place of the meeting, was already like an hour from where I lived. So it was already late. He was there, and there were a lot of people who was like really well dressed. They were properly dressed and all this stuff, and all of them looked really good. And to me, that was like, okay, these people, it's fine. I guess they're just, just looking for other business options, opportunities, whatever. And then he started talking to these wonderful things you can do with that, by telling me that you can study to learn how to trade your money, because they were doing the trading. And it was this company, IMARKETS Live, for the ones who already participated into this, and you were in there, you know what I'm talking about. So they start talking of these teachers that you have there. You have the classes on live, or in case that you were not able to have a class that day, that you can get in there, the time you were available, and that it's going to be recorded. However, you have to pay monthly in order for you to access to this, content. And Also, you have the chance of earning money by referrals. And these referrals say they have to submit, and they're going to be benefited from it because they're going to be learning from trading, which is allowing you to have money. And in a really short amount of time, you were supposed to recover the money that you invest into that. And it sounded really good. And it sounded really interesting for me because I have no idea about the trading. And when I saw that he was having these, operations that were running, and I saw that he was, winning, but actually was really naive because I didn't make my research, which was also my fault. And I didn't, investigate about it. And then I started believing like, wow, I think this is a really good option for me just to earn money from my phone, which it seems to be really easy. But the truth is that when I was just waiting for him to tell me how much should I invest, I started like feeling a lot of anxiety, especially because he was like talking and talking nonstop, and he was just introducing me to these people that was there, and all of them tried to convince me how great this was. This is the first red flag that you need to pay attention, because when someone needs to convince you of how great something is, perhaps it's because it is not. If it is great, you will realize by yourself, correct? So then all of these people was just trying to tell me how their life changed since they became part of the company. And by the time he told me about the price that I needed to invest into getting into this, there was $250. I remember this is a lot of money. And I know that that was in the 2018 year. I'm talking about that time. And now still it's a lot of money. And I was like, look, I don't have that amount of money. I'm telling you, I am just needing some extra income, and I do not have that. And he was like, oh, but you should ask for someone just to borrow the money, and then you're going to recover that really fast. It is a really good business. It's something that you can trust, and all the stuff. So then I thought like, oh, but if you are actually earning money from this and it's so easy to recover it, you should just give that money to me. And then when I recover it, I give it back to you. And then he started just making these excuses about no, how he cannot give me that money because he wants me to value the effort of getting the money to get into the company. That was another red flag that I ignored. Now that I look back, it was like, oh, you stupid. You deserve what you got because you were so you were so into believing these things and skipping these red flags that's why you got what you got. So then he just started making these excuses, because if it is easy for you just to make the money, believe me, it's not going to be any issue for you just to give it to the person that is needed in order for them to earn, as your first goal is to help them, supposedly. But it wasn't the case. They just wanted to scam me, and which they did. And I remember that there went like 3 months, and I started like looking at his photos and videos on WhatsApp, and he created this way of placing pictures in real specific places, and the pictures of the trading operations. And I saw that he was always like winning and all the stuff. So I believe that the story that he was making money. So I started saving money so I could get into that. The truth is, that was on September that he was offering me that. In December, I was able just to get in there, and I remember that I paid that. And by the time I got in, that was on a Friday at night. And then on Saturday, they were inviting me over to go to this meeting for about 1 hour. And I have to emphasize the part of 1 hour, and then you're gonna see why. Because it was 1 hour, it's supposed to be the meeting. And I was like, okay, go there 1 hour to see what is this about. And then I just go do my other things, because I have my cousin there and I loved spending time with him. But then after that, I couldn't. Well, the thing is that I got there, and another red flag about that is that they never respected my time. And they were just trying to manipulate me by using this pressure or group pressure by telling me, no, but you cannot leave after the hour. I was like, oh, I have to go because I have other things to do. And then they were telling me, but you have to know that once you get into this, you have to commit, you have to work in order for you to see results, which is true. I mean, that was not, we're not wrong into that. But I mean, it was 1 hour. And the other thing that I didn't like is that they took my phone and they started like just writing about my, contacts that I have there, my phone numbers. And I didn't feel like that was right, because to me, this is really private. And they were like then asking me to call all these people and offer this business. And that was another red flag. And you see, like, it's going to be like 20 red flags there, because when that start happening, that you have to start calling people to convince them that whenever you are, it's great, it's good. By saying half true or not being 100% honest, that is not a business. You're not an entrepreneur for that. You're just a liar, you are a scammer. And that's what they were. And I remember that after that, that was at 6 p.m. the same day that I was in that 1 hour meeting with them. I remember we went to this meeting where the new partners, and that's how they call us, the partners, were gathering there. And then we're going to have somebody to teach us how to basically attract people to your business, and then you can earn money, and then can earn money, the one that were on top of you. So what happened there? Then I went and with these people, and I didn't know anybody, but they were like kind of friendly. And I was like, okay, I'm just going into this. It's already 6 p.m. and it was late, and it's almost at 9. This person he was supposed to just get into this class. He was arriving really late. And when he got his entrance, that was like really like a party. They placed this music like, oh yeah, the balloons and everything. And I was like, okay, what is this? What am I getting into? And at that point, I was like, okay, this is too late for me to get back, because I already gave my money. So I have to just check, what is this about? So he was this person that he had this big range in there, because, they are divided into range that it is basically the thing that makes you see that how successful you are into the organization or company. He was 5,000 platinum, and that was the one in Spanish is platino 5,000. So 5,000 platinum, that was the range that he had. And then the people were like, oh yeah, he got there, and everybody got excited about him. And then he was really charismatic. And these people, the other thing that I just noticed about them is that all of them like dress alike, just that they wore different colors. And it was really funny, because the way they dressed was not actually looking wealthy. They was looking cheap and really funny. Anyways, he was really charismatic, and he was teaching, the new partners how to, attract people to their business. And he was talking about things that were true, about the fact that we cannot be in, our job forever and only rely on that income. We have to look for something extra, which is also true. But then he was talking about, for example, the YouTubers who, of course, they have like the really big channels. They have money because they have subscribers. It's not because of, they're working from 9 to 5. Because of the subscriber. However, I do understand that to be a subscriber from YouTube, you don't have to pay monthly. That's a thing that's not true. And the other thing is that he was just talking how fast he was talking to the people and convincing them that they have to get into that and not let them think about the decision they're about to make, but just talk them really fast about how great this business is, and just make them some specific questions for them just to make a decision right away. One thing that I just want to advise you guys: when someone is just talking to you really fast by trying to sell you something, just run away from it, because people should give you the time for you to think about that. It is your money. it is also your time, which is valuable, and you shouldn't give the power to anybody to pressure you into making a decision on nothing. So that was, to me, like the first thing that made me realize that I was just making a mistake, because if I had to lie in order for me to grow into this, I was not that happy. So I felt kind of embarrassing, to basically be posting that I was into this type of business, because it wasn't me. I'm not the type of person that it's going to be after somebody just trying to convince them into do something they are not even aware of what that is. I wasn't even aware of what that was. So at that point, I remember that, okay, I was just already into that. I'm going to commit into it. So I'm going to do my best. The other thing about it that I didn't like is that you had to go all Sundays. And sometimes they had all their events on the week, and all of them you had to pay for it once you are a partner. So that means like more expensive. You still haven't had any income yet. Then you had on Sundays $5 that you have to pay. These $5, work for something else, for food, for anything, but for going there. And then you had the same people. I mean, the same people that were the same leaders, the same that they were always winning the trips, the same. And they came from other companies. And they were always telling you the same jokes, the same stories, the same things for you just to come out of a meeting or these events are really empowered, and for you to call more people during the week. I mean, this was insane. At that point, I was like really getting frustrated into it, because I was like, I'm not earning money. I'm just spending. And they were taking a lot of your time. It was so draining, because they wanted you for a meeting today, a meeting where you were just wasting your time trying to call people. And that was annoying. And then you just realized that you went and spent 4 hours in there doing nothing. And that was when I had like 2 months in there, and that was a long time. Then I just kept paying my subscription, and they always make up these new, strategies of, for example, when it comes to trading, that you're gonna have more income this month because they're gonna send you these alerts, and then you're gonna make income with them. And I was like, okay, I have this hope that this is gonna work. And I know it's embarrassing, and I know the video is a little bit long, I'm sorry, but I just try to summarize and say these things that happened to me in there. When I look back, I realized that I was really silly. However, it was 3 months were enough for me. There's people who last even more time. Anyways, I was already frustrated. I even worked my ass off, and I got the first or the most basic range in there, that is 150 platinum. You have 3 people under your branch, and that's what I got. But then I realized when it was the moment that you make yourself, or you win a range, you have also to pay in order for you to charge the money. To me, that was a point where like, I can't believe it. Why didn't you say that at the beginning? No, of course not gonna say it, because then you're not gonna get into that shit. And I'm sorry because of the word, but every time I remember about this, it gets me really upset. And well, after that, I remember that, okay, I just didn't even bother into paying, because I was like, okay, I'm not going to continue into this. And that was like the last few weeks that I remained there, because I realized that I have already spent $700, which I would have saved to go to Venezuela, because that's what I wanted. That's what I said like in the beginning of the video. And that's something I will never forgive to these people and to myself, because I know that I am also the one to blame into believing these things. There were a lot of red flags that I didn't see, or I decided to ignore. I don't know. Anyways, the thing is that I realized that this was not going to work when I had these 3 people that they believed in me. And I was really honest about them, with them, about telling them that they were not able to make money if they didn't have the 3 people paying monthly. They decided just to get in for learning about trading, because that was also a very interesting thing, which was not bad, but it's money that you're spending, and it's a lot. And then I was like, no, it is not a business for me just to be calling people and telling them hey, you have to pay this month because I need to eat, basically. This is being selfish because you don't know what needs they're having, what kind of economic position they're at out there in this moment in their life, and other things. And this person and this guy that was next to me in the bus, that was basically the person who was supposed to be taking care of my job, and to me doing this really good job and actually earning money, he was just always taking care of me, paying a month. Then he became bitter because I didn't go to the events anymore. And to me, that was something I was not able to take. I mean, to take, because it was like, you're not paying my bills, you're not paying my rent. So you're not the one who's going to be telling me that I have to go there. I don't have money. Are you going to give it to me? You promised me things that you never, accomplished. And the truth is that once you get out of that, then it's your fault because you didn't work enough. You didn't call enough people because you were full of excuses. You know, it is always going to be like that. It's always going to be your fault. They're never going to take responsibility for their scam, because that is a scam. So be careful, please, with this type of companies. This is my experience that I had with IMARKETS Live or iMastery, because then I saw that they changed their name, of course. And I realized later that many of the people who were there with me, they just get out of that because they realized that there were many things that, of course, they didn't make sense. And then you realize that most of them are now in another company and doing the same thing, scamming people. But you know that they are not millionaire. The only millionaires in quotations are the ones who are on top of that. They are the same leaders, that the same they're making the cars, and the same they're making always the same things. So I just want you to take care of that. I just want you to always be, aware that a business is not about tricking others. That's something that it's built over lives. It's, eventually gonna fall. And, everything come back to you. Karma never forgets. And these people who betrayed others, I know that at this moment, they're not actually even close to their dream life, because they were able to lie in order for them just to eat at that moment. But remember, you're not hungry only once. So I just made this video with all of my love for you to take care and to create, conscience, especially when it comes to your money. And for all of these matters, for all of these things, it's so important to educate yourself into how people manipulate, in order for you not to be taken as a fool and people taking away your money. But the most important thing, that it is your time. So once again, I want you to be really careful when it comes to these matters of MLM companies, because all of them are the same. And believe me, maybe you're making money now, but in the future that's gonna fall, because that's not a real business. So if you want to make business, just research and figure out something that can also help the community, and the community is going to be looking for you, that which leads you to have the money, because you're actually offering a real service and something that is going to help them. So if you like the video, I would like you to subscribe, and see you the next week. Bye bye.